Welcome back to my channel. This is Venus from Heart's Desire by Venus, and this is supposed to be day 5 of this, but I had some complete technical difficulties. I absolutely lost the last video that I had done, which is showing you how to create these 3D pockets in the front here for us to put our ephemera in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link up here for the my video. It's called create a pocket made for stuffing full. I did it about 4 weeks ago or so. I'm going to put the link up there. It's exactly what I did here. I just cut it out on screen and showed you, because I did one in the front and one in the back here. And in that video, we create the same thing. So I'm just going to post that up there, and I'm going to lesson learned. Technology got the best of me, and moving on, we'll continue on in this journal. It was crazy. I was so upset that I had done that, but what can you do? So today what we're going to do, which is really going to be day 6 of this video, is we're going to work on this first fin. So remember, we are creating a hybrid journal, which is half journal, half mini album in here. And so today we're going to work on this flap. So I'm just going to tie this up here, move this out of my way. So for this flap, what we are going to do is we're going to take some cardstock and we're going to make the base for this first flap. Now, I seem to be a little out of range. Let's see. Is that better? You can see things. Okay. So for my first piece, I'm using white cardstock. You can use colored, coffee dyed, whatever you want. Some printed paper. I'm doing this because I'm going to distress the edges and then I'm going to mat over top. So this is why I'm doing this. So my fin is 8.5 inches high, and I want my flap to be 5.5 inches wide. So this is perfect. I cut my paper. It's already 8.5 this way. I cut it, or I didn't cut it. I scored it at 5.5 inches. I scored it a 1/2 inch, and then I cut that off. So you've got a flap that is 5.5 inches, and then an extra 1/2 inch flap, because we need this to go on our fin. Okay, so then we need another piece, and we're turning this one into a pocket. So now we need this piece, because it's going to be a pocket, and our thing is supposed to be 8.5 inches high, but you're going to have a pocket, so you need a flap on the top and the bottom. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this and put our score blade in, and we're going to score at a 1/2 inch. Okay, just score the whole paper at a 1/2 inch. Now, I should say is I'm doing it on the 11-inch side here. So this is 11 inches this way, and we're going to score. This is 11 inches this way, and we're going to score 1/2 inch in. Okay, so score it at a 1/2 inch. Right there, scored at a 1/2 inch. Then what we're going to do is we are going to score it again at the 9-inch mark. Oop. Okay, so score it 9 inch, and then at 9.5, we're going to cut it off. Okay, so your whole piece now is 9.5 inches this way. Now remember, we need this to be 5.5 inches this way, but we're going to have the end pocket on. So what you're going to do is put your score blade back in, and at 5.5 inches, you are going to score it. Okay. At 6 inches, you're going to cut it off. Just like so. So now I have a piece that is, it is 9.5 inches this way by 6 inches this way, with a 1/2 inch score on 3 sides. Not this side, but 3 sides. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. And what I'm going to do is on the side, the one that I scored, 3 sides, we are going to take our 2-sided tape, or you could use glue, totally up to you. If you're going to use glue, just wait until we cut the corners off here. But I like tape and glue. So I'm going to put my tape on. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our corners here. And you're just going to zip off the corner right from corner to corner. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll show you here. We're just going to, am I zooming in? Good. You're just going to take it and zip off that corner, little flaps, just to notch it so that this will fold down a bit. So don't cut into it. You're just cutting those edges. Okay. And we're just going to score it back each side. And make sure you burnish it really well. If you're using thicker cardstock, I'm using 100-pound cardstock right now. So I like to make sure I definitely get in there and work it. Okay, so then on this page, the one that we scored, just the one side, we're just going to score it back again. We are going to seal it up really good there, okay? And we're going to ink all the edges while we're at it. If you don't want to ink edges, just omit this step. But I am doing it, so we're just going to ink all around. I am using the Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. It's just my go-to. And I'm just giving it a distress. Now on this piece, the pocket is going to go on there. So you do not need to do both sides all the way around. I do one side all the way around, which will be the front. And the pocket, I'm going to be putting on the back side of it. But this part here, the pocket, when you open the pocket, it is going to show a little bit. So I just like to distress a little bit inside the pocket so that it's not stark white. And I usually go in just a little bit here, as you can see, just enough. Okay, so on the pocket part, we're going to distress all the way around as well. Get it in there. Now I'm paranoid. I'm like, keep looking at my camera going, please make sure you're still recording. It is. Oh, that was such a sinking feeling. Just when I went to go and play it back, it was gone. I'd overdone the time that my phone allows for it. I have to get a better phone, I think, for recording. Because after a while, it just shuts itself off. There's no warning or anything. It just says, I'm done, and shuts itself off. So, okay, so again, because this is going to be the inside of the pocket, let's just give it a little bit of distressing here as well. Same reason, we just don't want to see all that white, unless you have colored paper inside, and then you're good. Perfect, that's all I need. All right, so now we are going to peel our tape off this pocket on all 3 sides. And I'm going to get out my tape, or not my tape, my glue. And I'm just going to run a small bead on top of the tape all the way around the 3 sides. Okay, just like so. All right, so now we're going to lay this on this piece here, pocket side down. So all your sticky sides down. So make sure when you do that we do not go over this 1/2 inch line here, this crease line. We don't want to go over that because that will impede our flapping ability here. So I'm just going to butt it right up to that line here. Line it up on all sides. And yes, didn't quite get it all lined up. And press it down. So as you can see, I didn't get it quite right on this side, and all I'm going to do is just color that up a little bit. I'm not too concerned. And any edges up here that didn't quite get covered, I'm not too concerned there. Again, we're just going to do that. So then this is what we have. Now this is going to go in this book. Here's that front flap, and it's going to go on this side of the front flap here. Okay, so this is your pocket here. It's going to go on this side. So what I'm going to do is ink this edge, because this edge is going to be visible. So we're just going to ink that just ever, throw my dab around ever so slightly, because again, I don't want that white edge, but I don't need a colored paper for myself. Okay, and then move that out of the way again. So we've inked this edge. On the other side, you are going to run your tape or your glue or both on there. Okay, so we're just going to run that right up there. Make sure it's in good and tight. Peel it off and run your bead of glue. It's as simple as that. Okay. Oof, strings. Okay, so now we're going to take our book and we're going to just take this fin, and it's a 1/2 inch fin here and a 1/2 inch fin there. So you can just slide this right on there, line it all up, top to bottom, press it in, and you can see it should fit perfectly right over your fin there. So all I'm doing is lining it up and pressing it in good. Okay. And burnish it in, make sure it is on there nice. And all I'm going to do is I like to clip them just on either side. Make sure it stays in place until it is dry. And it's as simple as that. We have started making our book. Okay, so we've done the one there, and then we're going to do the same thing for this back fin. All right, so I'm going to leave you with that to do on the back side. We've done the front. Next time around, we are going to embellish the 2 fins. So this was just to show you the basis of how we're going to start this. It's just a short video today since I messed up on the previous video. When I come back, I'm going to show you how we're going to add our flips and flaps to these to make that mini journal in here, or mini album. But I do like to let this dry before I go any farther. And I'm going to make the one on the inside as well on the back side. And then we will come back on our next video and show you how to do the rest of this. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please subscribe and join me next video on this. And if you haven't seen the rest of these videos, please go back to the beginning of the series. It's called Let's Make a Hybrid Journal. And hopefully you can work along with us as we're doing this. Thank you and have a great day.